Hi YouTube, this is Stacy Blackwell of Blackwellness.vsg.jrny. This is the beginning process of my VSG surgery journey. I wanted you guys to come in and participate with me, help keep me going, help me be accountable of this journey. The whole reason that I'm getting this surgery is because, well, before the age of 40, I had no problems really, getting the weight off. I had no distractions. I didn't have a lot of children at the time. You're younger, you can lose weight, you know, a whole, a lot easier, before your 40s. And now that, I'm 40 years old, actually I'm 45, I either have a problem with I can exercise and my diet isn't so great, or I can eat right and then it's hard to exercise. Well, the VSG surgery is going to help me. It's going to be my tool to help me with the eating part, and I'll just have to work my butt off with the exercise part. But that's one of the reasons why I chose this surgery. And let's see, September 14th, 2016 is the day that I went to my PCP, and I went there to discuss, the inflammation that I was experiencing, like in my feet, because I sprained my ankle a few years back, and it really starting to bother me. I know this weight doesn't help it any, but my PCP brought to my attention, I'm at 260, and this is my highest weight, and my BMI was like 46.06, and that's the highest I've ever known it to be. But she brought it to my attention, and she did suggest weight loss surgery. She asked me what I considered. I was like, hell yeah. I never really thought about it because I never thought or investigated it, to see if my surgery would cover it. But she already knew my surgery at the time. I mean, she already knew my insurance at the time, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and she knew that they would cover it. So what she did then was contact the senior doctor to come in and speak with me, and she basically said, you're eligible for the surgery because your BMI needs to be at least at 35 with like a medical history of issues, or 40 and above, and you don't have to have any issues, which I don't, because she was surprised that, I'm at this weight and I don't take any medication. So, she said, if I wanted to do the surgery, that I needed to contact, the surgeon, which I already had him on speed dial, because back in January 2014, I had to have my gallbladder removed. So Dr. Alec Beakley did an emergency gallbladder removal. And at the time, going back to my follow-up with him, I learned that he was a bariatric surgeon. So I told him, I would get with my insurance and see if they covered it. And if I needed to, I'll be back. And, 3 years later, here I am. So I called him. I called the office. They got me in like 2 days later. So September 16th, I had an appointment with the surgeon. They already, when I made the appointment, they gave me the website to go and review everything and sign all the little papers to make sure I understood everything they wanted to show me in the video about the surgery. So I did that. I spoke with him. I didn't really have a lot of questions at the time because the website was very thorough on what they did and how they did it and the reasons why. So I spoke with him, and I was actually impressed that he remembered me. He was like, January 2014. I'm like, yeah. So I was very impressed that he did remember me. So after I spoke with him, I had an appointment with the dietitian. We spoke on the goals that I wanted to achieve, as far as, me cutting down on my carbs, getting more water in, cutting back on sugar and sweets. So September marked the 90-day period that the insurance company wants me to be in the system in order to get approved for the surgery. So it's from September 16th to December 16th will be my 90 days, or 3 consecutive months to be in the system to be considered for surgery. Like I said, you can't miss a month. You can't gain weight, because they will make you start over, to get that 90 days in, like I said, consecutively. They wasn't really strict on how much weight I needed to lose in these 90 days. They really wanted me to focus on just losing and not gaining, because I would again have to start over. Um, from that point, they gave me a folder with all the things I needed to do, all the appointments I needed to go to, the diet, everything. They gave me that folder to go and check it out. So going into October, which was my next appointment with the dietitian, I did my weigh in. I got a lot of my lab works done. They gave me information on lifestyle classes. If I wanted more information on, like, carbs and working out and all that kind of stuff, that was all available to me. I had to do a psychiatric evaluation, a cardiac evaluation, and a sleep study evaluation, which was an overnight stay, which was very weird because I'd never been overnight into the hospital, like that. Basically, I went in that Friday night, October 14th, and I left Saturday morning, like 7 that morning, where they had me all plugged up with everything to monitor my sleeping, to make sure I didn't have sleep apnea. And basically from that point, which was November 22nd, I had to get an endoscopy, which means, they had to put me on anesthesia to go down my throat to make sure my airway was not blocked or I didn't have any issues going on down there, to make the surgery go more successful. Again, spoke with the dietitian. Basically, by November 28th, they called me with a surgery date, which was January 10th, and then they later changed it to January 9th, which was cool with me. Like I said, December 16th marked the day that my 90-day was up, then they could submit for approval. I'm still waiting on that. December 20th is when I had to go for my pre-op appointment to speak with the dietitian, my final weigh-in. Basically, she gave me information to go on my 2-week pre-op liquid diet, which started December 27th. I'm actually on my second day, and we'll get into that. I'll do another video concerning, what I went through and what I ate and how I felt. But that's it. That'll be another video. But during that time, I spoke to the nurse practitioner. She called in all the medication that I was going to be taking. I have to take or give self-inflicted shots, medication for blood clots. She gave me stool softeners, pain relievers, and something for acid reflux. She gave me information on what I needed to expect for the surgery. I had to sign consent forms. Let's see, then later on that day with my second appointment, I had to do the pre-admissions testing, which I was there for about 3 hours. Half the time I sat there just waiting. And the other time, they took additional blood. They got me the opportunity to speak with my anesthesiologist. He wanted just to make sure that I'm not allergic to any anesthesia. He wanted to know my medical history, to make sure everything would be okay. And right now, today is actually December 28th. Again, I'm in my second day of my 2-week pre-op liquid diet. I'm doing okay so far. Trying to stay away from the hubby because he's sick. And I don't want to get sick because I don't want anything to delay my surgery for January 9th. He's like, babe, well, why don't you treat me like you treat the kids when they get sick? Because they're kids. Like I said, I don't want to get sick. I do what I can for them, but I just don't want anything to hinder this because it's been a long time. It's how they say, it's so close but so far away. And I don't want to do anything to hinder it, but I appreciate your time and your support. I would love for you to follow me on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. It is Blackwellness.vsg.jrny for Journey. And leave your comments at the bottom. Thank you. Bye.